On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at celebrities whose careers imploded on SNL. Some of these figures managed to rebuild their reputations, while others remained defined by ill-fated trips to Studio 8H.
Central Park, a veritable oasis in the heart of New York City. Acres and acres of places to have fun and places to be the victim of a crime. Hi, Charles Rocket.
Number 10. Fear. This punk rock band might not have been a household name in 1981. However, Fear had at least one prominent fan, John Belushi. When Belushi returned in what would ultimately be his final SNL appearance, he was adamant that Fear be the musical guest, with slam dancers. The performance got out of control, with one of their songs being cut short. It was rumored that a riot broke out with thousands of dollars in property damage.
Hollywood Boulevard, welfare hotel, and I spent the night in jail, in the Wilcox Hotel.
While some say that's grossly embellished, the appearance gave the band a reputation. Although Fear recorded their first record shortly after, various clubs refused to book them. Fellow punk rockers have cited Fear as an influence, but their infamous SNL performance has arguably clouded their music. Number 9. Jenny Slate. This stand-up joined SNL during its 35th season. Jenny Slate immediately left an impression, although not in the ideal way.
Welcome to Biker Chick Chat. I'm Dawn. I do me. This is my show. Either love it or change the frickin' channel, okay?
The premiere episode included a sketch where several words beginning with F were uttered. Slate accidentally let the wrong F word slip.
Hey, Beth, what'd you do this weekend?
I freaking drank beer and made jean shorts.
Frickin' love you.
I freaking know. So who's your first guest?
Are you freaking kidding me right now? It's who it always is. It's my freaking best friend, Donna.
Get off my freaking back. I know it's Dawn. I was just trying to make an atmosphere.
Then bust into a freaking Yankee candle store and get a freaking Bayberry candle.
You know what?
She did her best not to break character, but the moment still felt like a slow-motion train wreck. While Slate remained with SNL for a season, it almost seemed as if she were in the penalty box, with few other sketches showcasing her talent. Nevertheless, Slate claims the F-bomb isn't solely why she was let go from SNL, saying it just wasn't the right fit. What seemed like her big break was a setback, but Slate soon found acclaim in film and television.
On behalf of me, my freaking best friend, Donna, and my mom's freaking best friend, Beth, you just do you, and we're gonna be fine. I freaking love you. I freaking love you. I love you.
Number 8. Damon Weighins. Damon Weighins felt he was being underutilized during his first and only season on SNL. The Mr. Monopoly sketch, in which he played a cop, is one example of how the show treated Weighins as a glorified extra.
If the Parker brothers could see you now, they'd puke. Why you ain't in jail, Miss... Oh, that's right, you Mr. Monopoly.
Live on the air, Weighins put his own spin on the character, playing him in a stereotypically gay manner. Weighins knew going off script was grounds for termination, which is precisely what happened. Some were convinced Weighins sabotaged his career. Others argued the stunt would make his career. While Weighins briefly returned to SNL that season, it was uncertain if he'd ever truly break out beyond the stand-up scene. That was until he joined another sketch comedy series, In Living Color, 4 years after his SNL firing.
I feel that they should have spent more time where the real story is, in the prisons.
Number 7. Andy Kaufman. Many wouldn't understand the genius of Andy Kaufman until he was gone. Although never officially a cast member, Kaufman had sporadically appeared on SNL since the first episode.
Hi, I'm Gary Kroger. Thank you. I'm blushing, thank you, but that's not the reason I'm here tonight.
With Kaufman's act becoming increasingly divisive, SNL left his fate in the viewers' hands. 2 numbers were provided, one to keep Andy and the other to dump him. While Kaufman was in on this bit, it backfired, with the public ultimately voting to give him the boot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth has arrived. But before I give you the final tally, I want to thank everyone for calling, and I want to apologize to all of you who tried to get through but couldn't. That's just but the way the phone company works sometimes.
Although Kaufman accepted the results, the negative press only made it harder for him to find work. Some felt antagonizing executive producer Dick Ebersol was one example of Kaufman's self-destructive behavior. To an extent, this foreshadowed his premature death in 1984, almost a year after his last SNL appearance.
Well, as you said, I was wrestling women, and I went down to Memphis, and I wrestled a lot of women down there. And in doing so, I made fun of Memphis and said a lot of things against Memphis and against a lot of the people down there. And so I was challenged by this man, Jerry Lawler.
Number 6, Kanye West. Ye is no stranger to causing a ruckus on live television, be it a hurricane relief telethon or the VMAs. Despite West's unpredictable track record, he served as SNL's musical guest several times without major incident.
Hi, I'm Adam Driver. I'm hosting the season premiere of SNL this week with musical guest Kanye West.
All right, now you're Kylo Ren in Star Wars. Hey, Kanye, what you think your Star Wars name would be?
Kanye West?
Well, until West's September 2018 appearance, that is. Closing out the season 44 premiere, West donned his MAGA hat, launching a rant supporting President Donald Trump.
So many times I talk to like a white person about this and they say, how could you like Trump? He's racist.
Although the tirade wasn't aired, Kenan Thompson joked that West essentially held everyone in the room hostage. Contrary to rumors, West wasn't banned from SNL, although between this scandal and his feud with Pete Davidson, it's not surprising that he hasn't appeared on the show since.
And we all had to stand behind him, and here's what it looked like. So like, I'm like on the left, I'm like, oh God.
Meanwhile, West's career has continued to spiral amid mental health issues and other controversial statements. Number 5. Milton Burl. From vaudeville to radio to the dawn of television, Milton Burl left his mark as a comedy legend.
I'm staying over here at the Essex House. They put me over here, and I really, last night by mistake, I walked in the wrong door, knocked on the door, girl opened the door, she said yes, I didn't even ask her.
By the late 70s, though, Burl was generally seen as a fading star. Hosting SNL provided an opportunity to connect with a new generation. Yet, the SNL team knew they were in trouble, as the notoriously egotistical Burl attempted to hijack the production, plaguing the set with humor that ranged from dated to deeply offensive.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm sorry I was late. You see, when I was walking out of the supermarket, the security guard stopped me.
Burl proved so self-congratulatory that he guaranteed a standing ovation for his performance of September Song, although Lorne Michaels claims only about 10 stood up. Not only was he banned from SNL, but his appearance seemingly proved something everyone other than Burl knew. His time in the spotlight had come and gone.
I have 2 stars on the Walk of Fame. Oh yeah, who gives a shit? I once held 97% of America's television viewing audience.
Number 4, Charles Rocket. With the exit of Lorne Michaels and the original cast, SNL Season 6 desperately needed a life preserver. The season found his saving grace in Eddie Murphy, although executive producer Gene Dumanian expected Charles Rocket to be the show's latest breakout.
Central Park, a veritable oasis in the heart of New York City. Acres and acres of places to have fun and places to be the victim of a crime. Hi, Charles Rocket.
Ironically, Rocket would be Dumanian's undoing. After Rocket dropped an F-bomb during a 1981 taping, director Dave Wilson thought it might be the end of live television.
I was right there watching when he did it on the air, and we all didn't want him to do it. You know, he had done it. He did it on purpose.
It wasn't, but Dumanian was swiftly replaced with Dick Ebersol, who opted not to bring back Rocket or several others for the following season. Between his SNL firing and self-inflicted death in 2005, Rocket found work as a supporting player in projects like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, don't play dumb with me, asshole. I'm the rightful owner of that briefcase that you've been carrying around. Oh, well.
He never became the superstar that Dumanian envisioned, however. Number 3, Shenedo O'Connor. Shenedo O'Connor was perhaps even more well-known for her outspoken political and social views than her music. The late singer's legacy has been overshadowed by her 1992 SNL appearance. Following a performance of Bob Marley's War, O'Connor tore a photograph of Pope John Paul II, vaguely encouraging the audience to fight the real enemy.
In the victory of good over evil.
She later elaborated, accusing the Catholic Church of abuse. While O'Connor expressed no regrets, her protest received a whirlwind of criticism that followed her like a storm cloud. As more accusations surrounding the church came to light and were addressed by the Pope himself, people began to reevaluate how O'Connor was treated. Some at SNL even called her brave, although this reappraisal was largely reserved for after she died in 2023.
At least when I studied the history, I found out that the people who were responsible for telling lies in the first place were the Vatican, who, through permitting the invasion of countries and the destruction and murder of entire races of people.
Number 2, Steven Seagal. Once among the biggest action stars in the world, Steven Seagal is now primarily known for being the worst SNL host ever. That's not just our opinion. Lorne Michaels and multiple cast members have cited Seagal as the most hated host in SNL history.
When he came in, we wrote it, we did it at read-through, and all of it was them making fun of Steven. Like, right. Arnold is stronger than you. He could flick you with your little baby finger and you would fly across the room and land in your own baby poop.
Seagal didn't earn his title simply because he wasn't funny or because his range is incredibly limited, although both are fair assessments. Above all else, Seagal came off as a jerk who was not only incapable of taking a joke, but seemed baffled by the sheer notion of humor.
And he said, if I do this sketch, if I do it, and they want to fight him. Hey, we'll take you on. He goes, if I do it, I have to beat them up.
Although Seagal continued to make movies, some more successful than others, his star eventually plummeted. SNL was all too happy to revel in his downfall, getting the last laugh.
Oh, honey, hi. Hey, look, this is Jennifer's date, Doug. This is Jennifer's dad.
Mr. Novak? I think this kid needs an ashtray.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Ashlee Simpson.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
Before 2004, this pop singer was best known as Jessica Simpson's little sister. Ever since then, Ashlee Simpson has been the one who got caught lip-syncing on SNL. At the time, it appeared Simpson's career was at a turning point with Pieces of Me making it onto the Billboard Hot 100. Simpson performed the song on SNL, although the audience grew confused when Pieces of Me started playing again during her second set.
Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? Live TV.
Exactly. I feel so bad my band started playing the wrong song, and I didn't know what to do, so I thought I'd do a hoedown.
Simpson looked equally bewildered, as Autobiography was supposed to play. Jigging off stage, Simpson later explained she was losing her voice.
Pieces of me.
Simpson has joked about the technical mix-up and even returned to SNL. In a career spanning music, screen, and stage, though, Simpson can't seem to escape this awkward incident. Which celebrity do you think had the most disastrous SNL appearance? Let us know in the comments.
Man, oh man, read this book. I seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and guess what? Not a lot of black folks on the show.